here's a haunt that used to be one of our favorites. Then they changed location, and I know you in particular were not too thrilled with it last year, Laura. As were we all. None of us were really thrilled. But we went back this year to give them another shot. This is Psychosis. Second year at this new location. What did you think this year?
Well, I really enjoyed it. Psychosis is almost back to its full glory from before, from the past. That was one of my all-time favorite haunts. And this year, I have to say, things changed for the better. I really enjoyed it this time. They have some really cool and unique, actually scenes in it. Something you don't see in other places that are unique. Like they have a wax museum. And that's really, really well done. Fantastic. I even like the beginning where you kind of get the rules and the story about the haunt. It was an actor who was the mayor of the town telling you about there was like the infection and all that. And we're thinking, oh no, it's going to be a repeat of last year. So I was kind of like, oh no. But no, it wasn't really about that. There was a little part of that, like with the zombies and everything, but that wasn't the whole haunt. I really enjoyed it. The actors were great. I actually enjoyed the mayor. I thought he was entertaining. The one telling, we would go sat like in a theater and he just kind of explained everything. And there's another part where there's military and there's a zombie outbreak, and they actually gave Brian a gun and said, oh, you have to go in there and shoot. We didn't see it. The rest of the group didn't see it, but I guess he had some fun in there. It was, he got to shoot some zombies. Yep. I wish we could have been part of it, but they kind of just let him go and we stayed behind. But overall, there were some really cool rooms with some good sets. So to me, it wasn't, quite what it was in the past from before, but it's on its way. It really is. I really enjoyed it. I'm actually going back to giving it a 5. I really, really enjoyed Psychosis. I know it's going to be even better. I know they're probably going to improve it every year, and it's back to its old glory. So 5 chainsaws for me.
As Laura mentioned about Psychosis, the main problem with it last year was the story. The introduction was way too long. And the military parts where they put you in a cage and they just kind of hold you there and tell stale jokes and yell at you and things, it really turned us off from when we first got there. It actually harkens back to the very first time we went to Psychosis. The very first room was a chef's kitchen, and the chef was loud and shouty and banging on pots and trying to get us to taste food, and he talked and talked and talked, and we thought, boy, we hope the whole haunt isn't like this. But it wasn't at all. It was really quite good after that. But last year, it felt unfinished. It wasn't that great, and the stories were way too long. Well, I'm happy to say that they really cut down on that. The mayor's part is really short this time. He reads the rules, tells a few stale jokes, but he's funny enough.
I thought he was good.
He was
entertaining, enough. Yeah.
And the military part is there, but it's not the first part. The first part you see now is the wax museum.
Which is the best part.
And that sets the tone, really. They do some stuff in that wax museum that I've never seen in any other haunt. It's simple stuff that pretty much any haunt can do, but no haunt has done that we've seen. They even have legitimate sound bites from various movies. And I won't explain any more than that.
No spoilers on this.
No, I'm not going to spoil it. But
it's brilliant.
It's really well done. And it actually fooled me, ironically. I have to say, it fooled me because of something that they did last year and that they've done in the Wax Museum before. It was very clever. So, following that, then you go into various rooms. They had Samara coming out of the television.
That was great. I love that.
That was really good. She was there last year as well. So everything that worked well last year was either still there or modified. For instance, the maze that we went through 3 times last year, which was really somewhat dull, we went through twice this year in different ways, and it was a little bit more creative this time around. The ending was changed up, and various other things were changed in there, including this military part, which could have been really lame, but it wound up being somewhat interesting, where they asked for a volunteer to shoot zombies, and the guy gave me the gun, and I had an air gun, and I was actually going through a maze shooting zombies. Of course, there were no bullets in the gun, but they were acting as though they were hit, and of course, zombies can't be killed unless you shoot them in the head. So whenever I was shooting them, sometimes they would pretend like they got killed, and other times they would just come back, and it was actually kind of fun. I had to hide in between obstacles and things, whereas everybody else was just waiting. They didn't see what I was doing.
I know, I wish we saw it.
So I enjoyed that.
And the zombies were actually good. I mean, the ones that I saw,
they were pretty good.
They were coming out from different places, and they had the zombie movements down.
They did. They were very good.
Very good, effective zombies.
Climbing the fences, and then they'd fall off the fence, and they'd get back up, and they did a good job. There were several times where we were gotten by surprise through various mazes where people jumped out of the corridors and things like that. Overall, Psychosis did a much better job this year than last year. It's not, in my opinion, it's not stellar. It's not up at the heights it was a few years ago, but I think I'd give it a 4. I'd give it a 4 right now. It was reasonably good and decently long for the money.
I liked it. 5 for me. You ready?
Go ahead.
But this is major blooper reel. Just wait until I start hacking. That'll be even better. So.
Well, I need a different blooper for each video, so the more you screw up, the better it is.
You don't burn up with this little blooper.
It'll be there. Go ahead.
All right. Anyway,